ustedes. Por favor, denle un
Alrighty, here we
fuerte
are,
aplauso.
main stage of Talentland at Guadalajara, coming up on stage now. Our man, Starker.
Preguntas, por favor. Entonces, inicio en inglés, está bien. Gracias. Okay, you hear me? You understand? Do you all watch Peaky Blinders? So, I'm going to talk about parallel economies. How to build parallel economies. Economies that cannot block you, they cannot censor you. They protect your right to transact and your right to speak. And how do you build those? How do you maintain them? This diagram may be a little bit complicated, but I'm going to try to explain what it is. This thing on the far right is the blockchain. It's a blockchain called Hive, but this could be any blockchain that has these characteristics. And what do you want to do? You want to get as much crypto into the hands of normal people. Not technical guys, normal everyday people need to get crypto. Who here is a normal everyday person? Okay, we have enough normal people here. So what we're doing in Hive is we're distributing content rewards to people who make content. So who here has a blog? Does anyone have a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok? Yes. So you're posting photos. How much money does TikTok pay you for posting? Does anyone make any money? One person. Is this what's your Everyone follow him. So no one gets paid, right? Because TikTok and Facebook, they have corporations and they mine your data and they sell it and profit off it, but they never pay you anything, right? Is that good? No. We want everyone to get paid for their content. It's your content. So on a blockchain like this, as long as there is no company, no CEO, no ICO, no pre-mine, you know what, everyone know what ICO is? ICO is like an initial investment. So if there's no company, no corporation, no CEO, it means it's neutral. So there's no one to sell your data, which means you can pass the data to the user, the rewards can go to the users. So this type of system, you can post content and you can receive rewards, right? So the users get paid, the users own the platform. Okay, so we're here. The user is posting, he's earning rewards from the blockchain, and then you can spend that money in shops, and you can post about spending, and then the blockchain pays you rewards back. So you blog, you earn, you spend, you post, you earn again, like cashback. And this process allows us to put money into the economy. It allows us to put money into the hands of the users, normal everyday users, for posting photos, for posting blogs and content. It's very easy to earn crypto like this.
And Jan.
So on Hive, how do we divide the funds between the community? 37% goes to content. So 35% of the new money goes to you guys for posting. Then people vote for that content. The more votes you get, the more money you get. And the people voting also get rewarded. So if you post, you get rewarded. If you vote, you get rewarded for giving likes or votes. Then 10% goes to projects, to fund projects on the ecosystem, so that apps can be built and maintained. And then 15% goes to miners, and the miners are elected by you guys. You guys put the infrastructure operators into power, and if they misbehave, you unelect them and remove them from power. So this is the Hive ecosystem as it currently stands. There's hundreds of apps, this is just a few of them. But there's social media apps, there's gaming apps, there's DeFi apps and finance apps, tools, all sorts of things. I'm going to show a couple of them to you now so you can see this is real. People are really blogging and they're really earning crypto, and we're creating a parallel economy that protects your rights. So this is a platform called Excency. It's a little bit like Reddit. You can see here, you have blogs and some information, and then I don't know if you can see, but there's a monetary value on each blog. That's because the community voted for that blog, and they mine cryptocurrency for blogging. So this is a zoomed in version. So is Green Master in the room? Is Green Master here? There he is. So Green Master, can all the Hivians put their hands up, by the way? We've got a couple, one over there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these guys are all blogging and earning money right now. So this is Green Master's blog from a few days ago. He made a blog in Spanish talking about Talentland, and the community liked it. So then to the next page. He earned $22 in cryptocurrency for that blog. And if you want to take a look at that platform, you can scan that QR code and you can see all these people blogging. So I'll give you a second if you want to scan the QR code to get access to that platform. But you can see also on the far side, you can see who voted for it. You can see Curator Hawk and Free Speak, they voted, and there's monetary value next to their votes. And that money goes to Green Master. But he is creating a parallel economy. Then we have another app called LikeU, which is the equivalent of Instagram, where you can post your photos and people can vote for your photos and you get rewards. So you can see here there's a girl, there's food, different people posting their photos, and if you look, there's monetary value. On each blog there's monetary value. But again, these photos are being rewarded with crypto. Zooming in, this is one of the blogs. You see there's comments, and also the comments are rewarded. The comments are rewarded with crypto as well. So you don't even have to blog, you just comment and you can earn. And then this blog earned $10.05 for the photos, right? This is incredible. If you want to take a look at that app, you can scan the QR code there and see more of that application. More photos, more people posting and earning crypto. This is an app called Free Speak. It is a video app, so it's like YouTube or TikTok, but on the blockchain. Again, all these people are posting, earning cryptocurrency. This is one of the vlogs, and he's earned $7.87 for his video. You're seeing a pattern, right? You blog, you earn crypto. This allows the community to distribute crypto to normal people who can make content, instead of only to miners who run technical nodes. This is another version of Free Speak called Free Shorts. So it's just like TikTok. You can find lots of short content on there. Again, scan the app. This is the iOS and the Android app, and you can see a bit more of that. Also, Free Speak has podcasts as well, shorts and main videos. So that's the content and distribution. So now we're able to distribute money to the people. The next part is, how do you spend that money? How do you get a wallet? How do you spend it? So this is the wallet called Keychain, Hive Keychain. It has a wallet, it has a scanner to pay payments, it has an internal browser to access applications. So you can easily with one app access the whole ecosystem. There's another app here called World Mapping, and I'm not joking, this is real. Hive is all over the world. There are people blogging everywhere. If you scan this, it proves to you that these are real. You can click into these blogs and you see every single one of these is a blog all over the world. Everywhere I go, I meet a Hivian that helps me, shows me around the country, everything like this. I have many friends in Mexico because of Hive. But if you want to see more of that, you can scan that QR code. But this is proof that Hive is everywhere already. But then the spending part, you use your wallet to scan. So if you remember, there's this little scanning section. This allows you to scan and make payments. So here is, so far, a community-driven effort all over the world of the shops and businesses that accept this currency. So you make content, you mine the currency, you get it in your wallet, you can spend it in these businesses. And this is slowly growing. I'm going to do a zoomed in version of this here. This happened in the last 4 months in Nigeria. This city called Aba, there's like 50 businesses there like that. It's growing very, very fast. And in all of these businesses you can spend with Hive currency and the HBD currency that you mine from blogging. So there's no bank involved, no KYC, no identification, just your evidence that you blogged on the blockchain and earned crypto and spent it. You have freedom. It's real freedom. No bank. Uyo's another city in Nigeria. This is blown up. There's about 40 businesses there in the last 4 months. This is in Venezuela, a city called Cumana. There's 80 businesses there. It's gone semi-viral there. And people are living completely on this currency. They don't even need the old banking system anymore because they're able to make content, mine currency and spend it. But there's a cool thing about this app. This app's called Disfrute. And the movement, the initiative is called Spend HBD, hashtag Spend HBD. When you spend, you see these little things on the side here? These are blogs of people spending. So they take photos of the products they buy, and because it's content on the blockchain, they mine more crypto to their content. So it's cashback. You mine, you blog, you mine, you spend, you photograph, and you make cash back off your purchases. So where it's $5, you spend the $5 in HBD to pay the shop, and the blockchain pays you like $1 back. So you get 20%, 30% discounts off your spending. So it's better than fiat. It's cheaper to use than fiat. And there's no fees, by the way, I forgot to mention, there are no fees on this blockchain. So it's inclusive to all. Because if there's a fee, it means normal people can't access to pay the fees because they have to pay 50-cent fees. But if there's 0 fees, everyone can access. But this is more spending. And you know they say there's no women in blockchain? It's nice to see so many women here, by the way, in tech. This is where the women are. There's so many women here spending, documenting their spend, and getting cash back. We have about 70% of our users are women. You can see here this lady bought an LED. She got rewards for that. See here, she bought this moon box. She got $7 back off that. I don't know what that is, but they got $4 back. And then if you click into those blogs, you can see the amounts. So they spent $10, we got $1 back in this case for this evidence. And then also, because it's a blog, the community votes, and this person got an additional $4 back. So the purchase was $10 and they got like $6 back, so it's like 50% discount more or less. This crypto is better than fiat. These are the spendings that's going on, so these are the users that are growing over time in this application where people are realizing they can get cheap spending. These are the claims that are happening where people are claiming their cash back. This is cool because this is, if you onboard a business, you get paid. And by the way, there's actually 3 businesses here in the market area that accept this currency. So you can come to our stand, make a blog, we pay you crypto, then you can go and spend it on like a little badge or something and get a discount back. The whole experience is here. We are in the future right now at this event. So you can go to our stand and then visit the market stores and spend this currency and try it out for yourself. These are some of the businesses. We can see the spending that the businesses are receiving. You can see their revenue. You can see some of these businesses are starting to make good revenue. On top of that revenue, we can make loans and inject money into the economy based on commerce. But this is really powerful stuff because you can start to use the revenue as collateral to make loans to businesses that are really making real money. We've started to improve our payment systems. So we have something called a Hive debit card, which any of you can make. You don't need to speak to me. You can go to hivedebit.com and you can tap an NFC card to make your own debit card without talking to us. Put your own design on it, your own company's design. But you can come to our stand and check that out. And this is cool because it means people that don't know anything about crypto, they can all tap to spend, right? They can spend by tapping. They don't need to know about how to log into a crypto account. It's becoming very accessible to normal people. Okay, so we've done blogging, earning crypto, spending in shops, blogging about the spending, and earning discounts and cashback. The next layer to this is layer 2. Now I mentioned that Hive has 0 fees, right? So 0 fees means that transactions happen instantly and there's no commission to pay, there's no gas, there's nothing. That means that we can have layer 2s that also clear instantly and they're feeless, which means you can now have feeless DeFi. Has anyone here tried DeFi before? Put your hands up. A few people. DeFi is decentralized finance. So you can take your money and stake it into a protocol and earn passively on money that the old banking system restricted you from before. So many people in the future will use DeFi. One of the problems with DeFi is that it has fees on many chains like Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot. Great chains, don't get me wrong, revolutionary technology. But a lot of big firms can use those. When you have 0 fees on a layer 2, normal people can use it because they don't need to keep paying fees all the time. So that's what VSC is tackling. So some of the issues with cross-chain payments and DeFi is that many users still rely on centralized exchanges. So most of crypto is still centralized exchanges. Crypto wants to move that to decentralized exchanges because that gives money back to the users. And it's more permissionless, no identification required, no permission, you don't need to ask anyone's permission to remove your money. Has anyone ever tried to remove money from their bank account and the bank says, why are you removing your money? Has anyone experienced that? Because I have. They say, oh, you're moving $5,000 out of your account, why? I'm like, what's it to do with you? It's my money. Not anymore. With these types of cryptos with no CEOs, no companies, no pre-mines, no ICOs, they protect your rights to move your money. And they protect your rights to DeFi. So of course crypto is very complicated to use because this is feeless, there's no gas, so it's one click and you can make your transactions. The other thing is that DeFi is, the liquidity in DeFi is very concentrated in centralized exchanges. And there's not that much cross-chain volume, so people swapping between chains and making exchanges. The actual cross-chain volume is 1% of all of the volume in crypto every day, which is basically saying that everyone's still using centralized exchanges. Not many people are using DeFi, and it's because it's so complicated and costly to do. But the VSC bridges this gap. VSC has 0 fees. So you can move money between chains very, very easily. You can do your DeFi transactions very, very easily at 0 fee cost. And so what does it mean? What does it mean ultimately? Well, one of the first things to come from a feeless layer 2 is that we can wrap Bitcoin to it. There's a system coming out in the very near future, I think in 2 weeks, called Altera. And you can wrap Bitcoin through VSC, and then you can move Bitcoin feelessly with no fees. This is incredible because most people can't use Bitcoin on the layer 1 because there's 50 cents, sometimes $1, $2 fees, so you can't buy a coffee with it. You can use the Lightning Network, which is low fees, but it's censorable. It's not fully decentralized. This is fully decentralized. It forces every node to make all the transactions. And because it's feeless, it means that now ordinary people can move Bitcoin and spend Bitcoin in shops without having to pay fees, and they only have to wait for 3 seconds for the transaction. Bitcoin on the layer 1 normally takes 10 minutes at this point. So there's another couple of things to come from VSC that are very, very interesting. One is that you can move any asset from any wallet. You can have an Ethereum wallet, a MetaMask wallet, and you can move a Solana asset using VSC without having to have a Solana wallet. You could have a Bitcoin wallet and you could move an Ethereum asset on Ethereum without having to have a MetaMask wallet. So it means that now you can just use the wallet that you're used to and you can move any crypto on any other chain. It's incredibly powerful. It makes crypto and swaps and DeFi far simpler for everyday people. The last thing that's really interesting here is what I call instant swaps. So VSC will hold assets on both chains you want to swap. At the moment, the way traditional swaps work is you have to unwrap on one chain and rewrap on the other chain, and it takes a long time. There's a lot of transactions and fees to pay on the way. BSC, because it's feeless, it can hold assets on both chains and instantly swap. So it destroys the asset on one chain and mints the asset to you on the other chain. You can have these instant swaps going on. It's very, very powerful. So I'm really looking forward to BSC coming out. So to summarize, we've talked about how to create a parallel economy, how to create content and earn crypto and then spend it and get cash back off your spends, a little bit about how to use DeFi with your crypto assets, and what I've described to you is a completely parallel economy. There's no one to call, there's no company, there's no CEO behind it, there's no entity that the government can regulate. So it means it's free, neutral money, but it protects everyone's rights to transact, no matter who you are. So it's inclusive money, and there's no fees, so it's cheap. We talked about DeFi, so that you can take those assets in the future and start staking them and swapping them and earning passive income off your assets at a very low barrier to entry, but you don't need to be a super genius like with many of the current DeFi protocols. So, does that sound cool? Is that interesting to you guys? Yeah? We've got some hands going up. So, to continue this conversation, please visit our booth. It's over there, just about 20-30 meters. Big red Hive logo. We've got some very good Mexicanos que hablan muy bien español. And they will help you understand all of this. They'll help you onboard. We have a system where you onboard, you take a selfie, and then it gives you crypto instantly for your selfie. And then you can go with that crypto and spend it in the shops over here in the marketplace. And then you can use Disfrute to take a photo of your purchase and get cash back. So you can really experience the full parallel economy process in this event and get a feeling for how the future is going to look with finance and earning crypto. So if you want to understand more about that process, please scan the QR code. And finally, we have a competition where the best selfie blog will win a big prize on Thursday at 2 p.m. So if you come on Thursday at 2 p.m. to our stand and you've already done a selfie blog, then you can earn $250 on one of these cards with a really nice edge wallet. And there's 3 prizes there: first place, second place, third place. So please come try it out. There's a chance for you to win. And lastly, we have a workshop outside of the event, and you can come and find out about it. It's in a bar nearby called Berlin's, and it's at 4 o'clock on Thursday. And you can come to a real business. We'll pay for your beer. We'll give you the crypto to pay for your beer, and then you can have a beer, pay with the technology, claim cash back in a real business in Guadalajara. So please welcome, come join, experience the crypto future, and thanks for your attention. Yes, thank you. Gracias.
That was good. Yeah!